Today we'll discuss 4 simple principles that SMEs should keep in their mind if they are looking for meeting the requirements of DPDP compliance. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on data privacy. And as I said, let's talk about 4 key principles that all organizations should keep in mind if they want to start their DPDP compliance and manage and maintain their DPDP compliance in future. The first most important thing, a clear privacy notice. Right? All organizations should create a clear privacy notice, which should be in a very simple and plain language. No technical jargons, no legal jargons. Should be multilingual. Add graphics as much as possible. Publish it on your website, emails. Send them on messages. Send the link on the message so that people can click on the link and get into the detail of the privacy notice. Update it, communicate it as and when required. So whenever you think there is a change in your processing, you need to change your privacy notice also. And you should update the change in the privacy notice to the customers or to your data principals as early as possible. Be fair, be transparent with your principals, and publish grievance redressal mechanism as a part of the privacy notice. People should not be required to go here and there and find where the grievance redressal mechanism is. The second step, what was the purpose of collecting this information? Was it defined? Well, ideally, when you collect information, you know why you are collecting it. So why not document it and define it in a very professional way so that the principals understand it? Collect only the information that you need only for that particular purpose. So you collect minimum possible information that you need to meet that purpose. Okay, and you further ensure that consent is obtained. That's one important part. The second important part is that the information is used only for that purpose. It is not used for any other purpose. If you want to use it for any other purpose, you need to go and take another consent. So you are making sure that you have defined the purpose. You are collecting minimum information as required for the defined purpose, right? And you are using it only for that purpose and no other purpose. If in case you need for another purpose, you reuse it only when you get the consent again for the other purpose, right? Finally, retain information till the time it is required, till the time you define in your privacy notice and while defining your purpose. Third important thing, clear consent recording and logging. Consent should be properly recorded. Non-availability of a consent is 250 crore rupees in India, right? So a free, unambiguous, granular consent and screens provided for this purpose so that people can give you free and fair, unambiguous and granular consent for the purpose you had asked them their information was, right? They can easily revoke this consent and they can log each and every consent activity. So audits would include factors like when was the consent taken, why was the consent taken, where is it recorded, when was it revert back, what was the expiry date of the consent, what was the uh, trigger of reconsent, right? So all this information should be recorded and logged, and logs should be available for who accessed the consent, etc. And the logs as well as the consent both need to be stored as securely as you would store any other data with respect to privacy. And the fourth and the most important one, what is the retention rule that you have set? So like I mentioned before, when you're defining the purpose, define for how long would you retain the data. Is it time based? I'm collecting your personal information, this would be with me for 5 years. Or is it event based? I'm collecting the personal information for the purpose of maybe email marketing, and the project is going to take 3 months. I'm going to retain it for 3 months or 6 months, even after the end of the project. Fine, you define it properly. You define it properly, you let your data principals know, let it be published on the privacy notice. If they're okay with it, they'll give you the consent. Follow the rules to purge and delete the data. You have set the rules, right? So now you need to make sure that you are following that the data is deleted and purged as and when you had promised to. If it was for 3 months after the end of the purpose, do it. Ensure a clean, non-revocable or non-recoverable deletion. It should not be that you claim that you have deleted the data from the disk and someone else has managed to pull out the data out of the disk. There are tools available who can make it in such a way, delete it in such a way, format it in such a way that no one can recover the data out of it. So these are the 4 simple principles that you need to keep in mind if you are starting your journey on the DPDP compliance. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.